The manufacturing industry suffers from a double pain point. The most time-consuming work for employees in the manufacturing industry is not manufacturing. Surprised? In fact, most of the time employees is consumed at keeping up with the hundreds of emails from partners and clients. Additionally, every time someone leaves the company, valuable information leave too. So, on one hand, communication needs to become easier and quicker, and on the other hand, corporate knowledge needs to belong and remain in the corporation. What if something could be done about this? Well, someone did something about it. Crowdglue is a startup founded in the UK in the beginning of 2017. This pair of entrepreneurs, a former supply chain manager and a former social media content provider for large corporations, built a cloud-based B2B collaboration platform where manufacturing companies can connect with partners and clients and search for new ones. As of today, Crowdglue currently has over 700 users, ranging from micro businesses to big corporations within the manufacturing industry, across 30 countries. However, they didn't get where they are alone. In the fall of 2018, they signed up for Technoli's Accelerator program. Technoli is a major player in the global tech field, offering a wide range of computer software and are considered as an industry standard in the manufacturing industry. Their Accelerator program offers participants free software, services, mentoring, training, and networking. Since participating in Technoli's Accelerator, all Crowdglue's partners and customers are using Technoli's products, and Crowdglue's internationalization plan has really grown with sales going up. Crowdglue's team has grown from 4 to 8 employees, and the positive references coming from this partnership are surely going to push sales further. Both Crowdglue and Technoli are now looking at the future. Could they continue to collaborate and take their collaboration further? Can they provide more value to their mutual manufacturing customers? And if so, where, how, and when? We are an experienced team of consultants working with the Co-Innovation Builder. After spending time with both companies and facilitating sessions with both using this tool, let us take you through their possible future. We wanted to make sure that both companies clearly laid their expectations and motivations on the table from the get-to-go. We all know how hard it can be for different working cultures to actually work alongside and lead innovation that can be implemented and profitable. So the first thing we made sure both companies defined their goals for this collaboration. There are 3 common goals. Goal A, solving a current business problem by knowledge sharing and retention in the corporation. Goal B, solving further problems for existing or even customers from a new market field with a new business model. Goal C, expanding into future markets in, for example, industry and geography. Our next step was to define the format of this future collaboration. To do that, we assessed their current status of collaboration, their core business, their numbers, and their strategy. We know that Crowdglue's business is going well and that they are focusing on an international business. We also know that Technoli has in the startup an easy way to market their software products and a quicker road to innovation. But what's the best format for the future partnership? We looked into the collaboration goals, solving a business problem and expanding into the future markets, and decided that the best format of collaboration would be a product co-development, new feature in existing CrowdGlue B2B platform, in a clearly defined time frame, so for 9 months, within a clear plan of allocated resources, budget and roles, and responsibilities of the collaboration core team. There is the possibility of progressing beyond the initial pilot by creating a new company, shared ownership of both companies, to manage in the new IP and develop functionalities for a win-win outcome, and to continue the innovation efforts to achieve goal B. Why didn't we advise the procurement from a startup format or even the acquisition of the startup by the corporate, as these formats would offer a stronger suitability to satisfy our key objectives? Regarding the procurement from the startup format, that would be the way to go if technology had a crystal clear understanding of what they need and they don't need. They see a future in the partnership. They believe further value can be added, but they are not ready to do a whole-scale rethink of their procurement processes. For the other possible format, acquisition, technology would prefer a more mature startup. And although CrowdGlue is growing, it's still a young company that has a good product, but on that needs further development. Developing new innovative solutions and products with startups rather than internally is often much quicker and less risky for any corporate's core businesses. And it's thinking of that technology will leverage important resources into this co-development effort. The corporate will secure the cash to cost this joint effort and the advisory of technology, financial and legal experts if and when needed by the co-development core team. However, the startup will have to secure the staffing of the project's core team, and they can also use freelancers and new graduates to do it, for example, as a way to keep staff costs down. This is the roles and scope of functions of the core team that we propose. We propose one project manager, one or two full stack developer, one UX UI designer, a customer researcher, and a marketing and social media manager. The core team will have available for support of decisions an advisory board with the deciders from both parts, a CTO from the corporate side and the CEO from CrowdGlue, plus 2 high-tech investor executives. The new feature co-development stage of the partnership is to last 9 months, and there are 2 defined outcomes for this collaboration. The first one is that after the 9 months period, an MVP new feature is implemented in the existing B2B platform and ready to sell. The second one is that if there is a new IP product after the 9-month period, a new company joint venture will be created to co-innovate entirely new solutions to different business problems as a separate legal entity owned by both partners. No amount of goodwill and commitment can overcome some of the possible obstacles these partners can actually find in their future journey together, unless they prepare for those obstacles, identifying them and preparing the strategy to mitigate them when possible. These are the risks we imagine possible. Differences in expectations, motivations, level of commitment, and ways of working between the 2 companies. Underestimation of the budget needed for the 9-month co-development stage. After the 9-month period, there is some development and level of implementation, but it's not to the level desired by both companies. As the co-development project evolves, loss of interest and commitment from the corporate company. As the co-development project evolves, fluctuation of available human resources from startup. During the co-development process, the difficulty to remain in the scope of the initial efforts despite of new opportunities arising from customer data and feedback. Legal complications arising from the corporate company wanting to impose exclusive clauses to the co-development feature in order to protect their investment. As for the milestones of this collaboration, the first milestone would be to have an MVP in 3 months, and the second milestone is that after 9 months of the initial co-development project, an MVP is implemented in the platform and ready to sell. We propose an initial focus on shorter-term KPIs for monitor the progress of the initial 9-month co-development of a pilot, a MVP. After this period, and if first outcome is successful, new long-term metrics to measure progress of the programs will be needed. 2 of the most important KPIs are also related to the milestones already mentioned. To have an MVP in 3 months, and after 9 months that MVP is implemented in the platform and ready to sell. Other KPIs to follow during or just at the selling stage of the co-development would be continuously capture data and feedback from customers to iterate the model and detect future innovation, product, market needs. And also number of recommendations and also good reviews. Customers that would recommend the new feature to other clients. Also, data on pricing of newly developed features, future innovations. Is the customer ready to pay to this extra feature? And if so, how much? To control our software development process, we focus on KPIs such as testing quality, for example, test coverage, defects found during user acceptance testing, and customer satisfaction as well, for example, meeting customer expectations on functionality. CrabGlue's B2B platform, a Facebook for companies, is a collaborative tool that allows quick communication, such as chatting, commenting, and sharing posts, as well as providing a safe platform for sharing documents. In the past 2 years, it's been well received by an industry where everything works around networking. However, there is still a business problem that lingers and that the existing platform doesn't seem to tackle as well. The customer's knowledge management. With companies, regardless of their industry, investing in establishing environments that encourage innovation and the sharing of knowledge throughout the company, rapid growth, increased competitive pressures, or just a high employee turnover actually complicate that knowledge management. The explosion in the availability of information and knowledge of the last decades was not accompanied by an expansion of our limited attention capacity, and any joint venture between a startup and a corporate that can truly innovate in the knowledge management field will have a product or a service that can be used by any company that wants to protect and initially share their intellectual assets. And that is in itself an incredible goal to pursue.